So, I've checked the odds for the fight against Russia. The odds are just in the favour of Russia there. Unfortunately, I was hoping to actually possibly attack it, given that there was a few things still knocking about. But obviously he's checked the odds and he's worked out that the odds are not in my favour. It's about 60% or 65%, so that he wins rather. So that's not really going to be too good. I think what I'm going to plan to do is probably just push in with some infantry. How much has he got to spend? He's got 23, so what's that, 7? Yeah, that's 7 infantry. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. I think what's probably going to be the better bet is to try and take control of some of the territories nearby. Mainly, obviously, the Caucasus and obviously the Ukraine as well, whilst also mopping up a lot of these attacks nearby. Yeah, it's not looking amazing for Germany, I'll be honest. I think the main problem we're going to have obviously is shipping things in to deal with this Russian front. It's going to be very, very hard to break down actually Moscow itself without any further, obviously, heavy hitting troops. Because we only have, on the board, 8 tanks, 1 artillery obviously is left, which is good, and then 4 fighters. That's not going to be great for attacking Russia, given how many of the infantry they're going to have. I think what's more likely to happen is going to be a stalemate situation where we've surrounded them and we're slowly wearing them down. So it's going to be a long grind, I think, to probably take Moscow if we do actually take it. So it's going to be pretty tough. So I think I'm going to repair France, and then obviously we are building all we can. Okay, let's do it. So attacks, I think I'll do. How much is that? What's this 4 there? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 6 in there plus a fighter. What's good is we're actually taking quite a lot of territories from Britain right now. So Africa's falling, which is good. Obviously, any IPC I can grab is going to be worthwhile. I think I'd like to push into, or push towards India if I could. This is going to have to be dealt with. I think the troops from Morocco need to be sorted out. I think I might move this infantry back and possibly regroup, grab a few more things. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, for now, let's push these guys into here. We'll move everything this way. Yeah, let's do that. There's a possibility of going. I could go around the back, I suppose. I think I'd rather sit in the Caucasus now. I think just to hold the Caucasus. There's a lot of IPC away from Russia, and obviously gives us a factory right next to Russia, so we can just keep churning out infantry right on the doorstep. So I'll probably hold that. I don't think we can take Norway. Yeah, that is Norway. I don't think we can justify attacking that. We've got nothing really nearby, so that we're just going to have to hold there, possibly reinforce with something. I'd really like to move a lot more infantry out of Germany, but I don't think that's going to be practical, given they've got a lot of transports now sitting nearby. There's a lot of ferrying going on now of troops, so it's looking dangerous. I think in terms of attacking, yeah, that should be all I want to do attacking wise. So in the phase, let's see what I can do. Wow, that's the problem with attacking with just infantry. Yeah, it's not good. We're relying purely on the fight to do the work here, which is, wow, that fighter saved us there completely. That's why it's so valuable to have a fighter on standby. That's crazy. Wow, very good hits there. That's just so unlucky to get 2 back though. It's unfortunate. Okay, so we're mopping up territories. Okay, obviously this will fall. It was a mistake there to throw my fighter into that battle. There was no need to do that, given they had an anti-air in there, so that was a mistake I got very fortunate not to pay for. That was just bad. I wasn't paying attention then, that was a mistake. Okay, so let's reinforce, maybe put 4 in there, big idea. It's also put... Ah, no, I can't put this thing in Karelia again. Same problem. I don't want to get attacked. So we'll play it safe. Let's pull you back. Let's set up for a shipment in as well from Italy. I think that's probably going to be the best way to do that. Yes, the nice thing, I guess, in a way now is obviously that there's going to be no attacks into the Caucasus from Russia because they've not got the firepower to do it at all. So we can sit quite comfortably here and just gather IPC and slowly wear Russia down. Hopefully, they're down to 17. We're up to 51 as of now, which is fantastic. But we need to keep going with that, I think. Yeah, looks good to me. I think I want an extra 110 in there. Is that going to be enough? I think so. They could possibly grind this down. Let's do... No, it's okay. We're going to get more in there, aren't we? Anyway, that's fine. Let's cancel that then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually getting thin on the ground right now. We can't afford to put things everywhere we want to, annoyingly. So 14 in Germany should be enough. I can't imagine them taking that. Super dangerous though. Super dangerous. I think maybe just an extra 2. Obviously, I've got to make sure Germany is completely safe. I can't risk losing that. I think 16 should be more than enough of a deterrent there. Actually, we'll probably get rid of the other one. Yeah, let's cancel that. Let's do that. Commit to that. It's a balancing act right now. I've got to make sure everything, you know, is as covered as it can be. I think that's pretty good. 15 is... that shouldn't fall. France obviously is pretty safe as well. It's about the same. What's more likely is they go for Karelia, I think. This is probably going to be the target now. Finland and Karelia. Try and break down this complex. I don't think I'd have them... I have to pull tanks back to deal with this, which is not ideal. I don't really want to have to do that. So, yeah, it's not going to be great, but as of now, the economy is fantastic. But the Americans are going to start chipping away at this very quickly. I need to probably deal with the final thing down here. It's the South Africa. Deal with this quickly, then pull the troops back up towards, you know, Egypt and try and hold the choke point if I can, whilst also shipping in a few things. But so 53 next turn will buy us a lot of infantry, which is nice. We can hopefully stack everywhere. But we'll see. Yeah, again, it's looking okay. We've got a lot of troops on the ground. The problem is obviously breaking through into Russia, which I don't think we can do. Won't be able to do for a while. Before that happens, we need to obviously push in with the Japanese against all these territories, because right now they've still got 17, which is more than enough to keep production up, you know, a decent amount of production up. It's going to be more than I can afford, obviously, from just the Caucasus. So, yeah, it's going to be a slow grind to deal with it, I think. India probably has to fall first. And get rid of India, that would be nice, just unify both sides. And then we'll think about just crushing Russia in the middle, whilst also trying to defend against all this attack. But yeah, for now the economies are strong, so that's good. Anyway, there we go. That's round 5. So I'll see you for the Japanese then. Alright, we're back as Japan. Let's crack on. So, the situation right now is we've broken through in the north, obviously. Dealt with the American troops. So I think I'm probably going to push into Yakut this round with my 4 infantry. I'll ignore this province for now. So I want to make sure I take this, you know, comfortably if I can. Rolling on 1s is always scary against a 2. It's always scary. There's always a chance you miss everything. It's not fun. So I want to make sure we take that. I think also now is probably the time. The American fleet is not in range of my fleet or anything on the mainland around here. Japan is safe, obviously, because I've got a hell of a lot of numbers in there. Speaking of which, I'll probably get some more infantry. 12 for the boys. There we go. So I think now's the time to probably ship in some lads to Burma, I would think. With some fighter support, we can probably take this with, I'd hope, some infantry left over. You'd hope, anyway. and move these lads in as well, so we can try and, you know, put the pressure on India now, and try and really get pressuring. So I want to be obviously knocking off India and then trying to work on the rest of Russian territories. So let's do that. Let's go for it. We can always hop back as well from this sea zone here. We can always hop back to defend Japan if they get too close. It's fine. I think actually the odds, yeah, with our, yeah, the fleet is obviously still way outmatched compared to ours, so it won't be a problem defeating that. So let's push in. I'm tempted to go for, I kind of want this one actually. How risky do you play it is the question. Do you go for the 3? The odds are obviously in my favour to win with 3 infantry, but I never like hitting with 1s is always just really, it feels really scary. You just, you know, you're never sure. I tell you what, screw it. Let's get aggressive. There you go. Let's play ballsy. Why not? So let's take Yunnan, and then let's also ship some lads in. So 4 lads landing with 3 bombardments, which is pretty nice. Fighter support, and could go for more actual bomber support there. Tell you what, to secure my victory in Yakut, which is just bomb the hell out of them, get a bomber in there as well. So that looks good to me, I think. Apart from that, we should be ready. So again, this is pretty nice for us. We're going to probably kill 2 tanks for trading infantry, which is always nice, because if you can trade for higher valuable troops than the ones you're expending, then that's going to be a victory for you. We're going to hold the line. It's quite a decent stalemate here for us. I'm happy to maintain this for now. I don't want to push in just yet and encourage a counter-attack until I'm ready to actually hold this off. So for now, it's quite a decent stalemate, which I'm content with while I deal with other things, so that's not a problem. Okay, I think that probably looks good to me. Let's see what else we can do. So, Burma. Let's take it. One hit on the bombardments, not great. Misses in the infantry as well. Very good hits from the fighters though, awesome. That's everything dead. Wow, what a take of Burma, that's crazy. Fantastic. So Burma completely for free. Killing 2 infantry and 2 tanks, that's awesome. Very fortunate rolls for us there. So you cut with our cowardly bomber support. And it even misses as well. Okay, the infantry, I feel bad now, the infantry did the job without the bomber. Oh, they proved themselves worthy. Okay, let's pull you back to, I'm going to say probably, what's this province? Anhui. I'm pulled back to Anhui. From Anhui you can obviously comfortably bomb Moscow, which I think is going to be probably important. Hopefully the bomber can stay alive. Although, is that worth it? I've got to rethink that now, actually, haven't I? I can't risk really bombing things with bombers, because if they die, which is fairly it's not likely, but it's, you know, it's not rare, then that's a unit attacking on a 4 out of the game, which I can't afford. So actually, yeah, I can't do that. That is not worth it. So we'll keep it in range of everything we can anyway. Move you guys down. Let's also move you towards the Russian front. Now, probably what I intend to do here is move things out of the Philippines. Risky, obviously, but I need units here. I need infantry to prop up the fighters and things that are going to be trying to take India. So. Yeah, we could build a complex in Thailand, but I think that's a bit of a waste of IPC. Given how weak India is already, I think it's going to be just worth me shipping things in, and then obviously I've still got, what, I think it's 3 fighters I've got left now? 3 fighters and 1 bomber, so that should be enough firepower, I think, with a good infantry buffer to take India. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So once that falls, we're going to have 7 victory cities. And then we require, obviously, Karelia. And then, yeah, something else. Now, what that something else is probably going to be... The Hawaiian Islands is more comfortable, given obviously the fleet here to defend it. But the thing is, as soon as I move to the Hawaiian Islands, it's going to obviously increase it... Well, it's going to, you know, cause an escalation from the US, which I don't want in the Pacific, so I can't fight that back. So actually, it's not great. I mean, the more realistic option is probably going for Russia. Trying to take Moscow, but... Yeah, that's a long game scenario, because we need to wear them out, and they've got a lot of infantry in there, so it's going to be a tough ask, I think, to try and take Moscow, but that's possibly the way to do it. Unless we can maybe sneak this, get the fleet nearby, and get lucky with no escalation on this side. because he is wanting to go to Germany. So I think if we can get lucky, maybe we might be able to snag that off them, prop the fleet there, just defend the islands, and then obviously they couldn't take back and get away with one turn, just try and sneak the win. But that's all theory. It's purely theory. There's no guarantees in that scenario, so we'll have to just see what happens. But apart from this, though, on our combat, we look good to go. Yeah, I think we're finished. So fantastic attack for us there. I think that was very clean. So let's get some guys deployed. Again, we'll make sure. Yeah, I can get away with probably 50 infantry. There's no problem there at all. Don't need to question that. So Japan are looking okay, I'll be honest. They're looking fairly good. They've not really got any concerns right now. The American fleet's not a concern, really. It's weaker than ours, so it can't really do much to pressure. It can threaten, but it can't really have any, decent attacking options, because we can just defeat it. So the only real concern now is just taking India, which in itself is pretty weak. So I'm confident once this falls, we can start really, getting to grips with the game. I think if we control the mainland, like as in all of Africa, we have India, we can start obviously isolating the Russians in Moscow. The economy for us is going to be really sky high. It's going to be so much higher than the Allies, so we can just pretty much shore up the coastlines and have like a slow grind while we just, wear Russia down. And eventually we can probably take it. I think that's probably going to be the game plan. But we've got some work to do before that happens. Obviously, we've got a lot of things to get under control. India, Africa is obviously being contended by the Americans, so we have to deal with this as well. In fact, is that a free? Oh, shame. There was a free transport here for this fighter, but actually that's not going to last when they move. That's unfortunate. Oh well, we'll deal with that. But yeah, looking okay. It's looking all right. I'm fairly happy with where it's going so far. But yeah, the big thing is going to be whether we can break down Russia. That's the question. I think it's going. If we do it, it's going to be a slow grind, as in we're going to surround them and just slowly wear them down. So in the meantime, obviously for that we've got to make sure we secure Europe, because the Americans are coming in pretty hard against our German side of things. So defend well and then let the Japanese get involved and surround them from the east side. It's going to be the way to do it, I think. But there we go. That's round 5. So I'll see you in round 6. Take care.